This is Andy Gutierrez from StarWars.com, and you are listening to Coffee with Kenobi with Dan Z. This is the podcast you're looking for.
This is James Arnold Taylor, and you're listening to Coffee with Kenobi. I have a good feeling about this.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to CWK Live what is it now? We're Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm your host, Dan Zayer. Thrilled to be talking Star Wars with each and every one of you. Hello, Blake. Good to see you, buddy. I had a feeling you'd be here because this is all about Star Wars Visions, which I know you are a big fan of. Jason says hello there from Henrik and Jason. Hello, friends. Good to see you. Julie is back as well. Hello, Julie. And Mary is with us. Happy Tuesday, CWK family. It's great to see all of you. We've got a fun show for you. Your top 5 moments from Star Wars Vision Season 2, Episodes 1 to 3. We've got 10 years of Coffee with Kenobi this week. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on there. And we've got a CWK Galactic Star Cruiser update, as well as your comments and questions. So let's take a look at what is brewing in the world of Star Wars this week. All right, back in business. Here we go. What's brewing in the world of Star Wars this week? Well, I've got a fun announcement for you. As of this Friday, it is going to be the 10-year anniversary of Coffee with Kenobi. 10 years ago this Friday, Corey and I released our very first episode of Coffee with Kenobi. It's about 22 minutes long, and it's still on your podcast feed, so you can listen to it whenever you want. I've had to adjust the audio on it just because, we've learned a little bit since 10 years ago. And it's been amazing. Corey did the show with me for 4 years. As of Friday, I will have been doing it for 6 years by myself, which is crazy. But I'm really not by myself, am I? Because I've got my incredible Coffee with Kenobi family, this amazing group of Star Wars fans who continue the conversation with all of us through the CWK Cafe, our Facebook group, the live shows, obviously, Star Wars Celebration, all the social media stuff that we do. And let me put up that CWK Cafe logo. There you go. Brian is here. This is the Tuesday. Glad to be back. Brian, great to see you, buddy. Yeah, Brian was just on the Star Cruiser, so he is one of our new experts to kind of break this all down, which is wonderful. But I'm going to show you this. I asked Corey a while ago to give me sort of, we've got our new logo. Obviously, I'm wearing the CWK Alliance logo. That's for members of our Patreon page, members of the CWK Alliance. But the Coffee with Kenobi logo is another great one. Corey is an award-winning designer. He hits nothing but home runs when he makes a new logo. But I'm going to share with you right now the Coffee with Kenobi 10th anniversary logo, which we'll be using for the foreseeable future. Not completely going away from the classic logo, but I do want to show you the 10th anniversary logo. Here it is. 10 years of Coffee with Kenobi. Yeah, very excited about it. I asked Corey to make it a nice, simple little refresh to illustrate that we've got 10 years of the show. And I'm really, really happy with what he's done with it. At this time, I haven't put it on T-shirts or anything like that because I didn't want to overkill it. I just want to celebrate the fact that we've got 10 years of Coffee with Kenobi. So thank you so much, Corey Club, for, again, knocking it out of the park. Julie says, is that going to be on a hat or a mug? You know what? I can probably make that happen. Mary says, very cool. Nice work, Corey. Yes, thank you so much. I will certainly pass that along to Corey. He always, he's just a genius. He really is. He's just a great designer, just a great guy, amazing to work with, of course. Blake says, not going to lie, I haven't watched Visions yet. If it not being all anime makes me late to the party, I'm just hanging tonight, fam. Hey, you know what? All good, dude. I'm actually looking forward to your perspective on it when you get a chance. I mean, it's a commitment. I mean, they're not all super long, but there's 9 episodes that all dropped at once, so I totally get that. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our top 5. Again, thanks to Corey for making that 10-year anniversary design. And I'll put that all over social media after the show tonight. But I had to show my people here first. So we're going to do your top 5 moments from Star Wars Vision Season 2, Episodes 1 to 3. We're breaking it up 3 episodes at a time just so we have time to really dive into them and, a top 5 for 9 episodes just seemed like too much. And I didn't really want to do that to all of you or to me. This works a lot better. So you've got Sith, the first episode, Screecher's Reach, and then the third episode, In the Stars. So let's go ahead and jump into our top 5. Okay, top 5, 1 through and 3. Number 5 for me is Doll Faces the Ghost. This is from the second episode. Julie says, me too, Blake. My son is making us rewatch Clone Wars, so I couldn't get to it. Hey, that's good. There's nothing wrong with rewatching Clone Wars. That is a great, great, great series. So, Doll Faces the Ghost. This is from the second episode, which is called Screecher's Reach. It's an episode that's really dark, really dark. But it's got this great, I hope I'm not spoiling anything for you, Blake and Julie, so I apologize. I won't give away big plot points, but I'll say it's pretty scary. Mason watched this one with me and he said, I like this one a lot, but Mason's getting more and more into scarier stuff as he gets older. And it's just got a great reveal when things happen. We'll put it that way. And it's quite frightening for Star Wars, I think, for anything. And the animation is really cool. So that really sort of makes it come to life or death, as it were, since it's a ghost for me. Jason's number 5 is the story of Screecher's Reach. People breaking away from an oppressive and hopeless life to find something brighter and better, except for the ending. Anarch's 5 is the animation in all 3 episodes. Both great points. The animation is great. And Blake alluded to this earlier, but they're all very unique. They're all very stylistically different. Mary says, mine aren't in any order, but just things I really liked overall. The Sith had amazing visuals and art. It was amazing. I agree with that. I'm definitely going to bring that up here pretty soon. Absolutely. Brian's 5, In the Stars, the sisters using the Force together to release the water. That was cool. And I was wondering, do you think that they were doing it together, or was little sister just sort of emulating her older sister? I'm not sure. It's sort of unclear, isn't it? But either way, just that effect was really, really beautiful. I really like that one a lot. Let's see. If you think of another one, just jump in here. But I'm going to go ahead and go to number 4. Number 4 for me is the In the Stars animation style. When the third episode of season 2 of Star Wars Vision started, and that TIE fighter showed up, I think it's claymation, right? Is that what it is? It looks like it to me. I said to Mason, look at this. Look at how cool that TIE fighter looks. Look at this animation. It looks great. And again, all 3 styles are very different of these episodes. But the animation for In the Stars was just so unique and beautiful. And especially the water. It was so painstakingly done. And I can't imagine how much time it actually took. But it was really, really well done. Number 4 from Mary, the little round droid in the Sith was such a great little sidekick. Yeah, that was a funny. That droid is called, let me look it up. E2. E2 was the name of that droid. Cool. Good call. Brian's next one, when the older sister was only using the Force, the younger sister did help to give the older sister more confidence. Oh, I like that. That's pretty smart. I like that very much. Jason's 4, the use of stop-motion animation in the stars, especially the look of the TIE fighters and the stormtroopers. And next number 4 is, I am no Sith, which Lola says in the first episode, which is titled Sith. Great. Great stuff. Love that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and jump into number 3. Again, I don't want to rush you. I know some of you are still processing, and that's totally fine. You can always add your top 5 later in the CWK Cafe. I think that's totally a cool idea. It gives you more time to reflect on things as well. Number 3 for me is Tachina Gives Galactic History. This is also referring to the In the Stars episode. But Tachina and her sister, whose name is Khoton. Tachina, I believe, is the younger sister. She does like this drawing using water on this wall. And it gives like a history of the galaxy and how the Empire takes over their planet and ruins their water supply or takes it over. There's scout ATSTs there. And it's just really beautifully done. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's just very artistic, very creative. And it's always, I don't know, I just think it's a fun way to tell a story. Plus, there's this idea of writing on cave walls, which is a very classic thing about, the evolution of language. And I just thought it was very well done. Number 3. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Number 3 for Mary, the new Siths we were given in the first 2 episodes. They were awesome. Need figures of those. They look great. Brian's 3, as creatures reach his new phrases. I follow your path with strength and courage. Some bad places are here to test us, and the true test is always in your mind. Great work. I'm glad you wrote those down. Those are awesome. And Brian, can't wait to catch up with you. Maybe in Ask Dan Z, we're going to ask you what you thought about the Galactic Star Cruiser. Your pictures were sure pretty fun to see online, that's for sure. All right, that was number 3 for me. Looks like the people who are weighing in. Let's see. Mary gave her 3. Brian gave... And Jason and Henrik, what is your number 3? Be sure to chime in there when you get a chance to do so. These... ranking them all, I'm going to actually talk about them in more detail on Coffee with Kenobi this week. But it's just very different. It'd be fun to compare season 2 to season 1, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. All right, let's go ahead and jump into number 2. Number 2 for me, the Force and Art. So in Sith, the creation of this episode revolves around Lola, who is a former Sith who appears to have escaped that life and lifestyle and belief system. And she's an artist. And the way that they incorporate colors versus just total blackness as a great metaphor to her sort of inward battle with the Force and her, not really her conscience, but just the way that they use it to express her, which is just very clever, very original, and very much reminded me of Charles Soule and how he used music to explain the Force in the first episode of the High Republic, Light of the Jedi. And this was like the artistic version of that, and my art students were very creative. I can't wait to show them this episode because I feel like it says some really interesting things about how expressive art is. Jason's 3 was Lola's lightsaber resembling a double-bladed katana. Awesome. I love that too. That would be great to see at Galaxy's Edge. Henrik's number 3 is the test is only in your mind, which is said by Dahl, which someone mentioned earlier, and that's a great one. Number 2 for Brian, Sith is the use of white space versus color. Exactly. Brilliantly done. Jason's 2 is a lifelike animation, the use of vibrant colors in Sith. And Henrik says the stars representing the people of the planet in the stars. Yes, that's right. I didn't even think about that represented the people. That's a great connection. Number 2 for Mary, the Sith ship. Easy for me to say. The Sith ship. There we go. And Screecher's Reach was gorgeous, especially for a Sith. At first I thought she was a Jedi, but the red tint in her clothing and eyes, plus calling Dahl an apprentice, confirmed that she is a Sith. Yes, definitely. And not one to be trifled with, that's for sure. But no Sith is a pushover. They're all very, very dangerous in their own way. Number 1, for me, Lola versus the Sith Masters. There's this great combat, including an epic chase sequence before we get to the combat between Lola and the Sith Master, which was very cool, very refreshing, and it's always nice to get a new Star Wars lightsaber battle where you feel like you're seeing something new. And that gets harder and harder to do well over 45 years of Star Wars. But I really liked the storytelling aspect, the sort of metamorphosis that Lola goes through, more of an apotheosis really, where she changes her direction, I guess, and not really changes it so much as affirms it for herself, both internally and externally. Just very well done. I really enjoyed it a lot. And that's why that was my number 1. Number 1 for Jason is Lola breaking away from the Sith to pursue her own destiny and freedom. And then Henrik's number 1 was Tachina's use of water in the painting tool. Not sure that's the right name. I'm not sure what the name is either, but I really liked it. And I thought the use of water in that episode was really refreshing. Oh, I didn't mean for that to be a pun, but it just seemed to, kind of work. So thank you very much. I really I can't waste these dopey things that come to my brain, or I'll lose them, right? At least that's what I tell my students. Yes. All right. Brian's number one is the Sith. In the Sith episode E2, the mini droidica, from rolling into the beginning of the episode to defending Lola and transforming into a cannon, awesome stuff. Mary's number one. The story of the people being displayed on the rocks, giving us a background for the people that are in the stars episode. Then the stars coming out and all the hands appearing on the rocks at the end. Wasn't that beautiful? I had a hard time deciding between that and just the Force and art in Sith. Ultimately, I chose that because that animation, well, they're just all the animation was really great in these first 3 episodes. 2 is probably my least preferred of the first 3 as far as the animation goes, and the story too, honestly. But still, it's original, it's cool, it's a great way to look at things differently. And Lucasfilm had their they empower the creators and also offer suggestions on how to make it Star Warsy, and it obviously worked to perfection. Jason said, sometimes you have to make dad jokes just on principle. Exactly, Jason. It's part of the gift. It's part of the job description. Next week, we're going to do your top 5 moments from Star Wars Vision Season 2, episodes 1 to 3. No, that's not right. No, it's episodes 4 to 6. I thought I pulled it over. Maybe I did not. Sorry about that, everybody. Let me fix that for you. Boom. Episodes 4 to 6. That is what we're going to be looking at next week. That way you only have to watch, well, have to, as if it's homework. You need to watch 3 episodes for next week, and it gives you more time you don't have to rush through them, and it just lets you leisurely make your list, which is a fun thing to do. And next week, I may have to adjust the schedule. It kind of depends on the weather here. But Mason has a game next Tuesday, so it's very possible that next week will be either Monday or Wednesday. So it'll be either Monday, May 15th, or Wednesday, May 17th. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you prefer, because I do want to make sure that I incorporate your schedules as well. But next Tuesday, Mason has a very rare baseball game during the week, so I want to make sure that I see that, but it's on our Tuesday times. I appreciate your fluidity. It's hard to gain a little bit of traction when you are, trying to set this stuff up, but because you got to be a dad, and you got to take care of your Coffee with Kenobi family too. So let me know what you prefer, Monday or Wednesday, and I will try to come up with a consensus. In the meantime, let's jump into Ask Dan Z. Brian says either day works for him. Excellent, Brian. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Jason says Monday works better for us, and Mary says either day. So I you know what? I am kind of leaning towards Monday because I like to sort of start the week that day. So that's probably what I'll do. So let's do next week be Monday, May 15th. All right. I promised at the beginning of the show, when I was talking about what's going to be on the show, that we're going to have a Galactic Star Cruiser update. Well, the update is this. Let me put it up here for you. We're going to do a meetup. So I realized that a lot of our Coffee with Kenobi family wants to be a part of the Star Cruiser, but they're not able to make it work for, a variety of valid, important reasons. So if you're in the area or close, we're going to do a meetup the night before, Sunday, June 11th at 7 o'clock p.m. where you're going to be at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs in Orlando, Florida. There is a picture of it right there for you. I will have a event thing set up on Coffee with Kenobi's Facebook page so that you can join us. Blake, looking at you, buddy, I know you weren't going to be able to join us on the Star Cruiser, but hoping you can catch up with us the night before. Aaron Harris, looking at you. There's a lot of you out there who live in the Florida area who want to join us. So if you are in the Disney World area on June 11th, that would be great to see you there. We did this a couple of years ago, and it was a blast. Tom and Corey were not able to join me, nor was Mason, but this time he's going to be able to go. So we are looking forward to it. Hopefully you can join us on Sunday, June 11th at 7 o'clock p.m. which is the day before the Galactic Star Cruiser event. You do not have to be a member of our Coffee with Kenobi MEI and Mouse Fan Travel group for the Galactic Star Cruiser to join us at the meetup. I did check with Disney this week, and while I can't really say they weren't able to share, which makes sense, privacy and all that, how many are left, they did say that it is booking quickly. We're working on, getting things ready, last minute things, some fun things planned for the Star Cruiser event. But if you want to join us, again, go to coffeewithkenobi.com/mousefantravel. That is, again, next month. Wow, next month, June 12th to the 14th. It's going to be like celebration, but not. But a little bit different. A little bit different because we're going to all be there together, hanging out on a Star Cruiser, going to Galaxy's Edge. It's going to be amazing. Blake said, played any Jedi Survivor? I just beat it, and it's the best Star Wars story I've watched since Mando Season 1. And I will be at the meetup. Wow, Blake, so cool in so many areas. You know what? I have not played it yet. I've certainly read a lot about it and talked to some of the creators of it, but I've not yet played it. So you've already completed. That is impressive. It must have been really challenging to do. I'm very glad you're going to be at the meetup. Julie is still working through Vader Immortal, which is an amazing, amazing game. Mary wants to know, what number is this for Mason's birthday? This is going to be Mason's 10th birthday. He's going to be 10 years old. He's like a month younger than Coffee with Kenobi. Almost exactly, which is crazy to me. Just crazy. Julie wants to know, will there be another Star Cruiser next year? So, Julie, I'm actually working with MEI and Mouse Fan Travel on that because we know these Coffee with Kenobi travel Star Wars events are a lot of fun. And not everybody could join us on this one. Next year, there is no Star Wars Celebration. It's not exactly close either. It's going to be in 2025, and it's going to be in Tokyo. So we're trying to come up with other alternatives so we as Star Wars fans can celebrate the saga together. Got some ideas, for sure. And as I talk over things and make things, we will certainly let everybody know. Daniel's here. Hello, Daniel. Says, I hear Jedi Survivor could actually be released as a series. It's so good. Oh, wow. I had not heard that, but as Blake just mentioned, it is an amazing game. In fact, Blake just said, I'll put the comment up here again, it's the best Star Wars story that he's watched since Mando Season 1. That's awesome. I love hearing that. I can't wait to hear more about it. Hopefully this week, hopefully you all had a great May the 4th. And thank you to everybody who tuned in on CBS. Last week I was on May the 4th, I was on the CBS Morning Show, their streaming version with Vlad as one of the hosts. And I was able to talk about Star Wars, May the 4th, and Carrie Fisher. It was a fun time. I'd never been on the CBS national news before, so that was a great experience. Again, appreciate all of you tuning in and your positive feedback on the video, which I posted in the cafe and on Twitter. Julie says, what day is Mason's birthday? It's June 12th. It's the first day we're on the Star Cruiser, actually. Brian says, the release Guy's music on Amazon on May the 4th. It is so great. Yes, they did. And it's awesome. Brian, tell us about your trip. By the way, we'd love to hear more about it, or post your thoughts and pictures in the cafe. That would be great. Jason, thank you so much. Have a great week. This is a quick episode. So that is not what I had originally planned. Apologize for that. But it was fun catching up and talking with all of you. Again, remember, next week we're going to come on Monday the 15th, to talk all about the next 3 episodes of Star Wars Visions. Yep, that is Monday, May 15th. Because of a scheduling change with Mason's baseball game, you got to watch the little guy. Brian says, you did an amazing job on CBS, Dana. We'll post it in the cafe. Well, Brian, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Daniel was at Fenway Park for May the 4th for their Star Wars Day. 40 of us were dressed up for the fans. Daniel, wow. We got to see pictures of that in the cafe, brother. That sounds amazing. Mary says, Brian, we need ideas for cosplaying. Please share in the cafe any ideas you have. Yes, please do. That'll be so cool. Blake says, love you, Dan, and love my CWK family. You all mean the world to my fandom. Thank you, Blake. We appreciate you, dude. Looking forward to seeing you at the meetup. It's going to be a great time. Let me put that meetup image up there again. Brian says, count on it. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of informative thing for the Star Cruiser so people can get hyped. I strongly recommend the Coffee with Kenobi episodes where I covered the opening of the Star Cruiser. That is certainly a great place to start. Mary, I hope you have a great week as well. There's the information on the meetup. Again, June 11th at 7 o'clock at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar in Disney Springs. And if the FOMO is just overwhelming you, again, you can still sign up at coffeewithkenobi.com/mousefan trial for the Star Cruiser. But do not let the dark side overtake you. Don't let FOMO be in the way. Because you know what? You don't need to necessarily go. Because we're going to bring it to you. We'll have live shows, lots of pictures, lots of fun things. We've got the meetup the night before if you're in the area. We just want you to feel like you're a part of this because you absolutely are. I will see you next Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time for CWK Live. Thank you so much, everybody. And remember, this is the podcast you're looking for.
This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or Lucasfilm Limited. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars, all names, sounds, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and or copyrights of Disney and their respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Coffee with Kenobi unless otherwise indicated.
This is the podcast you're looking for.
There's no one here.